Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Laura. I am coming to you from the west coast of British Columbia, Canada, and I live on a little island here. I live with my husband and my little dog Sammy, who I just kicked out so that I could record this video. So this is episode 9 of I Heart Knitting. This is my YouTube channel, and you can find me on the interwebs as I Heart You, EWE, and most other places. So that's where you can find me on Etsy. That's my Etsy shop name. That's my Instagram name. And then on Ravelry, I am I Heart You Knits. And those are the places that I'm most active. Yeah, I wanted to just quickly catch up and say hello. I have a knit along that I want to talk about that I'm starting. And I have a little bit of Etsy shop news. And I have some projects to show you. First of all, I wanted to apologize for not coming back before the new year. My last episode, I thought I was going to have time to do some more recording, and that just didn't happen. I kind of had a weird holiday, like Christmas, and then my birthday is on the 26th of December, and it was just a weird one this year. The other thing that happened was on the solstice on the 21st of December. We had a big snowstorm here. Snow like actually accumulated, and it was so pretty, but a bunch of trees came down because the snow was really wet and heavy. So we were out of power for 2 days, and I think we were out of internet for 3 days. So that kind of ruined my plans for my first recording. And then I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll record something before the new year, like after my birthday. And that didn't happen either. You know, I'm here now. Hopefully that's good. And I hope you had a good holiday. You know, if you had a break, if you had some vacation time from work, or some time with maybe some friends and family. I had a pretty quiet holiday here with John and the dog. It was really nice to relax. I took some time off from sewing for the shop, and just kind of focused on just little things around the house and things that I wanted to get done, and also made a lot of plans for the new year. So, you know, here we are, it's 2021. I'm kind of excited for that, you know, get rid of 2020 and let's say hello to 2021, and, you know, keep on working on bigger and better things. So, yeah, with that in mind, I am starting a knit along. It's called the Fresh Start Knit Along. So I kind of wanted to time it with the new year. I think I'm going to end this one, you know, the last day of February or something like that. So a good 2 months. And the idea with this is just, it's a new year and a new start and a fresh start. So basically, I don't have any pattern requirements or yardage requirements or anything like that. What I would like to see, this is going to be on Instagram, is for you to use the hashtag FreshStartCal21, 21, and either start something new, do a fresh new project, fresh start, new year, all that. Or the other option would be to take something out that's kind of been hibernating, or you haven't worked on in a while, or it needs some love, and then give that a fresh start, whether that means rip it out and turn it into something else, or whether that just means, you know, pull it out and do some work on it. That's kind of my idea. So, you know, I personally don't want to start a whole bunch of new projects this year or buy a whole bunch of new yarn. I want to kind of work on the things that I have and, you know, be a little more mindful. So I understand if you don't want to start a new project. So I thought that might be another fun option, is to pull something out that's been languishing and give it some new love. So my fresh start so far, I did a new project here on New Year's Day. I started these slipper socks, which I'll tell you about more in a minute. And then as well, I think I'm going to pull out my stone crop sweater, which I think I showed you only on the very first episode that I recorded way back in September. And I haven't really worked on it. I started it in like March or April, I think. So I'm going to pull that one back out, and that's going to be my, you know, give it a fresh go, fresh start. So yeah, so I hope that inspires you, and yeah, I'll come up with some prizes from the shop, or I usually have a little prize bin going behind us here. First thing I want to show you that I'm really excited about is the City Limit sweater. It is almost back down to where I had it before. I was just starting one sleeve before, and I got some really good work done on this. So if you didn't watch the last episode, if this is the first time joining, I talked about this a lot more in previous episodes, and I ripped it back to here. So last episode I showed it to you, I told you that was my plan, and I actually did it and did a whole lot of work on it over the holidays. So I've added in this color here. So it starts here with held with the other one and continues on. And it fades so much better. I'm really happy that I restarted it. So this color was up here, and so it was fading into this dark color up right around here and just making a big line. So this to me is more of a proper fade. And yeah, a lot of these yarns are from Euphoria Knits, and then this is Knit Pick Stroll, and there's Knit Pick Stroll on the bottom too. I have a Ravelry page going for this, but my colors are not correct anymore because I've switched out some of the yarn colors. Like I've omitted a couple and added a couple in. So I'll get that updated with the proper colors at some point so that you can reference that if you need to. But yeah, so the City Limit sweater, this is by Tanis Fiber Arts, Tanis Kirby. And yeah, I've talked about this a lot. Just wanted to give you that update because I'm really, really happy with the choice I made to switch out the yarn. Yeah, so that was the yarn that I added in, and then went to that blue, and then this is the really dark blue that I'm using. This is the Knit Pick Stroll in the Midnight Heather, so it's not quite black. Yeah, you can kind of see there, my hair. So yeah, I got a lot work done on that. I finished those socks that I showed you last time, my Christmas yarn socks that were done with the Vivid Yarn Studio sleigh bells. Last time you saw, I had one finished, and they have already gone to their new owners. They were a Christmas present, so I don't have them with me. I did take a photo before I gave them away, but it's not a very good photo, so I'm not sure if I'm going to insert it here or not. But they are done, so that's nice. And if you want to see them, you can look back at my last episode if you missed that one. And then after that, I started these slipper socks. So this is also Vivid Yarn Studio. This is their sock yarn in the Sea Spray colorway. And so this is sock yarn held double. You can see they're really thick, smooshy slipper socks. And I knit these on 4mm needles, which is US 6, I believe. And I cast on 48 stitches. So just 2x2 rib, I think for 2 inches, and then 3.5 inches here, and a traditional just slip stitch and gusset. And then I knit them to fit a size 9 foot. These are a gift as well. And I really, really like this for a couple reasons. The slipper socks, well, one, they were fun because they were fast. So that's something that's really nice. It goes really quick, like 48 stitches instead of, normally I do like 64. So the gauge is just that much bigger. I liked that it used up almost a full skein of sock yarn. It used 90 grams for me to do this. I just kind of weighed the first sock as I went and made sure that I was going to have enough to finish. And I was prepared to add in some color for the toe, but I didn't need it. I really like using up as much as I can of a skein instead of a half skein. And as well, it really helped with pooling. So this yarn, like this space dyed yarn, tends to pool a bit, and holding it double really broke up all of that pooling, which is not my favorite when, like I don't like it when the colors cluster. I don't mind when they make like an interesting pattern, but when you end up with like blocks of, say, all the purple in one spot and all the green in another, it just doesn't look quite so good to me. So yeah, so that's, I think that's all the reasons why I really liked these. And then I started a new, another pair right away, because I think that these are going to be great to have in my gift box. I pulled out this yarn, which I had actually started, you know, my traditional 64 stitch socks on 2.25mm with this yarn, and all the black was just gathering in one place, and it really didn't look so great. So yeah, so I pulled this out and I thought, oh, maybe this will, this holding the yarn double will work its magic on this color that I really love the yarn. This is Joma yarn. They're called Subculture yarn now. They're out of Victoria, and this is the colorway Graffito. I believe they still dye this colorway. And really, really bright. I really love how these look held double. So they're really quick, like I said, as well. I think I was up here yesterday. I actually recorded an episode the other day, and I trashed it. So anyways, when I recorded that episode, I was only up here. And then since then, I've done this whole heel turn and getting close to the end of the foot now. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying that out. Just try and find a pattern that will work well with the gauge that you get with holding your fingering yarn double. And yeah, I just used like my sock yarn pattern, like I said, that I have memorized. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been working on for knits. I did some stitching over the holidays as well, which was really fun, and showed you in the last episode, and now it's finished. I'm gonna try and angle it so we don't get so much glare there. There we go. So this is from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and it's there. I think it's called Cozy Snow Globe, and I used Sublime Stiches floss for this, and it's on 11 count Aida, so I did 3 strands of embroidery floss, and this was super fun. So I think last time I showed you, I don't think I had the tree done, or I don't think I had any of the color in the windows or the little snowflakes or anything like that. So yeah, this was a really fun one. And I did another crow stitch from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It was really similar. It was a little snow globe with a little penguin and the sign that said North Pole on it. But I gave that away as a gift, a Christmas gift to my friend. So I don't have I can't show you that one. It's not with me anymore. And then I started, I'm just going to pop this out of the hoop so you can see the whole thing. I started this one just the other day. And this is a printed embroidery by Hook, Line, and Tinker. So they do really cool, a lot of nautical themed, but not all nautical themed, this really beginner friendly or early, like first time friendly patterns. And they're made in Ketch Harbor, Nova Scotia. And you can get their kits in a variety of ways. You can get them with an embroidery hoop. You can get them without the embroidery hoop. You can get the printed pattern just with the floss, or just the printed pattern on its own. I tend to get the pattern and the floss because it's really inexpensive to add the floss. And then you have the exact colors that were intended for the pattern. So yeah, I have quite a few of her designs. I've stitched up 2 of them now, and I think I have about 3 more, but the back stitching is really fun, and I'm not a very good embroiderer yet, so this is a really great way for me to practice. This is a good speed for me. So yeah, I've done all the waves, all the back stitching on the waves, and I'm working on the letters now, and then I'm going to be doing the whole boat in red, and then that'll go and live next to my other Hook, Line, and Tinker which is like a knitting octopus that I have. I think if you look at my Instagram, I think I have photos of that from a while back. So yeah, I did a little bit of stitching. That was really fun. And then I wanted to also show you my 7-day advent from Stressknits. So I know I told you about this last time, that I got it in the mail. And yeah, I opened it up in the 7 days leading up to Christmas, and that was really fun. So if for some reason you haven't opened yours yet, or you don't want to see these, you might want to look away for a few minutes, because I'm going to show you the 7-day advent from Stressknits. So here it is. These are the 7 colors that came in the Stressknits 7-day advent. They're really lovely, and they play really, really well together. So I'm looking forward to using them in some sort of project all together. I think they're going to be maybe a pair of sprocket socks, or some other striping sock pattern. So they're probably not going to be in order, but I'll show you all the colors. This one is called Glow, and it's like a kind of a butterscotchy color. And then this is Old Pine, and it's like a really, really light mint with little speckles in there. And this one is called Terrazzo, and it is mostly pink with a little bit of like a navy gray in there, like really dark blue gray. This color is called Arm in Arm, and yeah, it's just nice and creamy with some speckles of like ochre and kind of a rust red in there. This one's called Fairy Lights, and it's just like this really nice kind of like mauvey color maybe. Bottle Brush Trees, which is like vintage Christmas to me. And then this one is Cold Brew, which is, yeah, like a really nice, rich, earthy, reddish brown. So yeah, I'm really glad I got this. It was the perfect amount. I was talking about this last time. I think 7 days was like the ideal advent calendar size for me. And I think they play really well together. They all have like kind of aspects of each other in there where you can pick up one color in with the next. It also goes really well with this skein that I picked up to go with my advent, which is called Succulents. It's very similar to the Old Pine, but it's a bit richer in the green color. So yeah, so I think I'm going to do socks out of them, sprocket socks or something like that, but who knows, you know, if I find a shawl pattern in the meantime, I might do that as well and use this with it. But I think I really like the idea of socks, and I'm kind of stuck on using this for like cuffs, heels, and toes, and then striping in the lighter colors all together. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for what I've been working on and what's been going on like crafty wise. I have a quilt that I was working on as well, like a snowflake quilt, and that's been all quilted, and I have the binding attached on the front, but now I need to do the back side. So I iron it all down, and then I'm going to tack it down and sew it by hand. So I was going to show you that today, but I think I'm going to wait and show you that when it's completely finished, just because it'll look much nicer with the binding all tacked down. And I also just want to grab some fabric and show you what I'm doing for my next Etsy shop update. So I started cutting these this morning. I'm going to be doing a lot of drawstring bags, I think, but I'll probably have some zipper pouches as well. I just need to see what I have left for fabric once I'm done cutting everything. So I started with some bucket bags, and yeah, there's going to be more to come. So these are all Tula Pink Linework fabrics. So they have like a gradient that goes from like a full rainbow from the purple down to the pink, and then into the oranges and yellows and greens and blues. So this one has pandas on it. This one here has zebras. Or a lot of bags out of these this morning. You can see that's the purple, it goes in. And then there's also skunks here. Here, there's the full gradient there. You can see the skunks. They start out the aqua, and then into the warmer colors, and then back into the cool again. They kind of look like pigs to me, the skunks. And then these are lemurs. There's one. And then the last one is, these are all Tula Pink's sketches. So that's the fabric designer. These are all her sketches that she does when she's planning her fabrics. So you can see the lemurs are in there, and the pandas are there, and the skunks are there, and some of her coordinating designs as well. And I just thought this was really cool. Tula Pink does a lot of process stuff on her Instagram. So I really appreciated seeing this, because she often will show her sketches on her Instagram, and I think it's just really cool that she made fabric out of it. So yeah, so I've cut some bags from that this morning, and those will be worked up and I'm going to do some lavender sachets and hopefully some little pencil cases or notions pouches, depending on what I have left over. And I'm hoping to get those in the shop for like not this weekend, but next weekend, so mid-January. So that'll be my first big update of the year. There's a few things left in the shop, and I have everything on sale for 25% off if you spend $50 or more. So you can have a look and see what's left there, and then I'll be putting all new stuff in you know, less than 2 weeks. So I'm really excited to get back to work. It felt really good this morning to start planning things out and cutting fabrics. And yeah, you can check out my Instagram if you want to keep updated. I don't have an exact date for the updates. I don't do like timed updates to the minute because I just feel like it puts a lot of pressure on both, like you as a customer and me as a seller. So I don't do that, but I usually have them up kind of first thing in the morning Pacific time, and I will give you a date. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Yeah, so just a short episode this week. I hope you're doing well, and I will be back soon. I'm hoping to be back next week, but it really just depends on how much crafty content I have to show you. It might be more like 10 days, and then I'll be able to give you a preview of the shop update. So until then, take care. Thanks for coming back, and we'll see you again soon.